Finally, we are at the finale for this video. Today's part 5, the last part of the series, and we'll be talking about the team-ups for this hypothetical Naruto Rivals game. If you've played Marvel Rivals, you're already familiar with the team-up mechanic. Basically, there are synergies when the specific heroes are chosen and put on the same team that unlock a hidden ability based on the lore. Using that same logic and that concept, we'll be applying that to Naruto lore and then implementing that into the game, based on new jutsus unlocked with specific ninjas on the same team. Let's get this party started. Since Rivals has team-ups and synergies, I thought I should incorporate my own version, as most of the ninjas operate in teams or squads. I was considering changing the name to Squad Harmony or Squad Symbiosis, maybe even Squad Synergy, but I think it would be easier to understand if I just left it as team-ups. This works exactly as it does in Rivals. If you have the required ninjas, you will unlock a team-up ability that benefits those with the synergy. Pretty straightforward. We all know what Team Taka is and who the members are. Karine activates this team-up when either Sasuke, Jugo, or Suigetsu are also on her team. She unlocks a teleport ability that lets any of Taka's members instantly teleport to her for healing. This is on a long cooldown for each member, but think of Magic's teleport she grants both Black Panther and Psylocke. Kind of a rewind mechanic, but in the shape of a reverse Kiriko teleport. The Root was an underground organization and subgroup of the Anbu Black Ops after the Uchiha clan massacre. Danzo would give Sai an ability that is a curse seal to stun enemies, similar to Hulk's radioactive lockdown. Ino, Shikamaru, and Choji unlock an ability to initiate a new technique between three of them as a team-up. There are 3 different variations, one for each of them. Whoever initiates a team-up has a different version of the Ino-Shika-Cho technique, but all on a shared cooldown. The other 2 ninjas must accept in order to engage in that ability. Having Jiraiya, Tsunade, and Orochimaru on a team will give them an extra summon ability each. Jiraiya will get a toad on his shoulder, Orochimaru will get a snake on his arm, and Tsunade will get a slug on her back. They will each have their own passive abilities, but all 3 of the legendary Sannin must be on the team to activate. Having Gaara, Tamari, and Kankuro on the same team will unlock sand abilities for each of them. Gaara will get a sand cloak, temporarily blinding the enemy team. Think of Cloak's Veil of Darkness. Tamari will get a sand enhancement to her wind knockback ability, doing extra damage. Kankuro will now have a sand clone instead of a shadow puppet clone, having an even larger explosion and splash damage to nearby enemies. Killer B and his brother A can initiate a team-up where they use their tag team lightning release double lariat on a targeted enemy. This would pretty much insta-kill squishies, but also stuns enemies afterwards if they're still alive. If both A and B are in their cloaks, the armor and tailed beast mode respectively, then they could potentially one-shot tanks. This would be on a very large cooldown to balance it out, but it would be broken nonetheless. Hailing from the Hyuga clan, both Neji and Hinata gain access to the 8 trigrams vacuum palms technique, giving them both a new primary fire that is a long-range punch with an air projectile to extend their fists. They can also initiate a team-up of their palms to do a super knockback punch. Having both Hidan and Kakuzu on a team is lethal since they're virtually immortal. With that being said, Hidan gains access to a Grim Reaper resurrection from the dead once every 45 seconds. Kakuzu also gets to have his own separate heart similar to his respawn beacon but exclusive to himself, also every 45 seconds. These would both be passives and allow you to choose when to respawn, but you're limited to your location of death, so choose wisely. When Zabuza is on a team with Haku, he gets an upgrade to his water jutsus, turning them all into ice releases thanks to Haku. They will do extra damage and maybe increase or even implement stuns. Haku will gain a passive snowfall ability that boosts his teammates' health around him incrementally, whoever's in the radius of the snow. When Naruto and Sasuke are on the same team, they get access to the Shadow Shuriken technique. Sasuke will go up on Naruto's arm as a large shuriken, and Naruto can choose when and where to throw him and another shuriken. The piercing damage is large and goes to both of their ultimate charges, And at the end, Sasuke turns into himself and is free to engage the enemy backline. The issue will be for enemies to figure out which Shuriken is Sasuke. Naruto gains ultimate charge from the regular Shuriken, while Sasuke gains ultimate charge from himself as a Shuriken. Itachi grants Sasuke the use of his eyes, allowing him to utilize Amaterasu as well. I know I mentioned Sasuke getting the rewind teleport ability earlier on, but I honestly find that more fitting for Itachi, given that would be more of a genjutsu similar to when they fought each other for the last time. Shisui grants Itachi the use of his eyes, allowing him to use Kotoamatsukami. This would be super hard to implement. I see it as an ability that Itachi uses on a target, and any damage done to Itachi would go to the enemy team instead. This could be detected by a change in outlines from red to blue for Itachi, as red indicates enemy and blue indicates teammate. This would only go on for a few seconds, but essentially controls one's actions. Both Obito and Madara will unlock their 6 paths mode when they are both on the same team. This will give them access to a whole new moveset for a decent amount of time. Think of Ramatra from Overwatch, but for both of them. This would be on a large cooldown to balance out their newfound damage potential. When Kakashi is on the same team as Obito, he gains access to the Kamui dimension. This would act as somewhat of Spider-Man's web reel for Kakashi, allowing him to immediately draw in any target of his choosing and send them to another dimension and spit them back out with little to no health. When Orochimaru is on the team, he grants Sasuke, Jugo, and Kimimaro the ability to go into the level 2 Curse Seal modes. Sasuke gets the claw wings to fly, block, and do melee damage with. Jugo goes into his mental state, going full cannon mode, becoming super fast and having large damage output with his cannon boosters. All of his attacks use the cannons to increase his strength. Kimimaro will go from his regular form to the more tankish form, being a spiky beast with a tail. He can make his own bone staff as well. This would be a passive ability identical to Mr. Fantastic's when he goes into his inflated state after inflicting a certain amount of damage. The same can be said for all 3 of them, and would be very menacing to be around. Kimimaro would be a pseudo-tank, Jugo would become more agile like a DPS, and Sasuke would just have even more damage potential already being an assault ninja. When Kabuto is on the team, Orochimaru gets to be reincarnated once Kabuto gets a finishing blow. Either that, or he gives Orochimaru a second passive that's a reincarnation that fully resets his cooldowns and health pool. After making 16 team-ups, the exact number Marvel Rivals has right now, I'm pretty burnt out. I don't have the creative stamina to come up with ideas for a bunch of different team-ups after making concepts for each character. I did want to have the following team-ups though. Kurenai and Asuma since they're married, Itachi and Kisame since they're partners, Nagato and Konan since they're orphaned together, rest in peace Yahiko, Naruto and Jiraiya where he gets more Tojutsu or they both have an enhanced Sage mode since they're master and student, Naruto and Minato because they're father and son, any of the Hokages if they're on the same team, Naruto and any Jinchuriki where he gets access to the enhanced Rasengan Tailed Beast Bomb with more damage or an effect, Sasori and Deidara since they are the artistic duo, Madara and Hashirama where Madara can get healed over time using the Hashirama cells and Hashirama gets some sort of overhealth Susanoo cloak. And finally, any teams from the anime like Team Guy or Team 7 or Team 10, I got no clue how that would work, but I wanted to mention them. If you have any other team-ups you think would work, let me know down in the comments. Alright, that was the last part of this series. I definitely enjoyed making it. This was the most amount of time and effort I put into a video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And again, like I say in every video, let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Especially about this, I had a fun time with the team ups. I feel like that was a creative aspect, using the lore to my advantage. Again, if you guys felt like there were some specific parts that you didn't agree with, or you think that there should have been other team ups, let me know down in the comments. I love when you guys comment and interact with my videos. So with that, thank you for watching, and this series is officially over. The whole video I will be dropping on Monday, It is like an hour and 20 minutes long, so if you want to watch it in full succession, be my guest. Thank you once again. Bye bye.